Yo, what's up, team? Your boys are in the building. We are 3 parts of the Justice League, yo. What's up, y'all?
Chillin', man.
What's good, bro?
You know I got that code, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
good looking out. What's up, sir? Good to see you too, bro.
What's good?
Man.
What's good? YouTube, what's good?
What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's having a good night.
That's all he got. YouTube, well, he's too comfortable, bro.
You know what? Fuck it, man. I'm lit. I've been having a fucking ball all night. I'm kind of leaning, but fuck it, we about to get in this shit. Talk about this fucking movie. Let's see if this shit can wake me up.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully he don't fall asleep.
Nah.
For the introductions, y'all. I'm J3, aka the Batman. To the right of me.
Ronan Joe Genji, Mr. Terrific, Encyclopedia in the building.
Man, you know what it is. It's the one and only icon, Savage Jackson repping this bitch, man. And for
up.
y'all who don't know, nigga, treat me like Don Corleone himself, nigga. Respect your boy.
Hey, shout out to that.
Oh, like that.
Is that the Goodfellas?
Godfather.
No, I'm just messing. I'm messing with him, bro. I'm messing with
Trust
him.
me, trying to do it.
Nah.
So, good fellas in sight, though.
Yeah, it's good. Yes.
It's up there.
All right, so you guys are here for that spoiler review of Alita Battle Angel. I know we late, but last week was Valentine's Day. Shit, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And I was sick, so you know what I mean. So yeah, but we finally got a chance to check out Alita Battle Angel, man.
Yes.
I would like to know you guys' first impression, just watching it. Just first, don't spoil nothing yet. This is a spoiler review though.
Okay.
But you know, just your first impression of stepping in the theater after watching those trailers. Those trailers were lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we sat down and we watched this movie. Who want to take that? Who want to tackle this right now? Cause I'm running out of air. I'm about to choke.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I will start off by saying that I enjoyed the film. A lot of what I saw was in the trailer, so I enjoyed that. So I mean, a lot of the stuff I saw in the trailer was in the film. So
Gotcha.
I enjoyed that. You know, I hate going to the movies to see some shit that was in the trailer and that shit ain't in the movie.
Right.
So I enjoyed that. It was some of the casting surprised me of people that were in the film. But overall, I enjoyed myself. 3D glasses hurt like a motherfucker. You gotta wear two pairs of them bitches. Yeah. I gotta wear these and the 3D glasses over this shit y'all don't know. Headache inducing.
Yeah. There was no other choice. Yeah. Either watch it whack or the best.
Yeah, right. Yeah, quality, man.
Yeah. You know, we suffer for y'all.
Thanks.
It's cold in here.
Man. I guess I'll go. You know what? First impressions. Actually, I just want to say it's my first movie in the theater of 2019. So,
Hey,
shout out to that, bro. Yeah, thank you, by the way. Going in, just being a fan of the manga and stuff. A lot of cool under the surface type things, and it was very subtle. What I liked about this movie, just first impressions, is that it wasn't that traditional movie kind of dialogue. It was like you can tell it's from the pages and things like that, and they stayed by the numbers. It didn't get too predictable. It was just, it got you in, and it was just a ride. It was like reading the book. It was like every scene going from point A to point B was page to page. It was like, whoa. And then the detail and the characters I thought was unique and fascinating. And I like that it was just contained movie. You know how you do first installments and then it's like, oh, we got to prepare for 2, 3, and 4. Nah, this was solid, one and done. But you understand that there will be more. But they were like, let's focus on this. Let's do a combined story. So I was just invested, man. I had fun, and I was just over here visual eyegasm just by the visuals, man, just being sucked in. I've never seen anything like that where it was just photorealism and CGI. And us movie watchers, we're always trying to find what's real and what's not. It was flawless. That team, man, Weta Digital, you guys are amazing, man. Like, Cameron's team, dude, I was impressed, man, just as far as off the jump, just watching.
Oh man,
solid.
That's a great breakdown. First impression, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I saw the trailers. The trailers look fire. I've never read the manga. Shout out to my boy for sending me those mangas. I stayed away from them. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to. I
fresh.
I wanted to go in fresh. I just wanted to, you know, let that be known. And I have to say, it was very enjoyable film. Just watching it, you know, kept me going. The first impression was, I F's with this, and I can't wait to watch this in 4K in my house with my own speakers and stuff. So it had a great first impression.
Oh yeah.
But you know, we gotta go deep in this movie, y'all.
Yes.
So let's just start off with the story and the script, yo. Who want to take a whack at that?
Running you up.
All right.
Well, I'll break the story down. All right. Well, Alita Battle Angel is about a cybernetic type of being who is found by Dr. Ido, which played by Christoph Waltz, and he brings her to his office or his office, and he rebuilds her, and she's starting to remember things, and she finds out that she used to be something more than what she appears to be, and in this trial, people want to destroy her because she could be, I can guess we say, the bridge between hope and freedom or something.
Yeah, the next level stage.
Yeah. So
evolution.
So it's kind of a quick breakdown of it. You know what I mean? And
so her existence is almost like on a philosophical type of well-being.
Yeah.
You know, they saw
like a messiah type thing with her.
They saw potential in it, and then her coming up, the rise. You know, society had hope again because everything was dying, everybody was segregated.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they're highly advanced, but it was like we got to get our hands on this. So it was just scavengers just trying to survive, and then her understanding that she was this one person at one point, but then kind of going back, like I got to take on this fight. Mm-hmm. So if I get into some action, things will start to flash back before my eyes.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of unique too. Like she was willing to die to learn about her past.
Yeah, it's kind of like the movie that they just had. What was it? It just came out last week. When they die, you got to keep killing her and shit.
Oh, Happy Death Day.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Very good movie too. Yeah.
Live by repeat.
Yeah, that too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I like that concept of the Groundhog Day, and man, like I gotta go through the worst to understand what I was, the type of person I was, and the life I was living.
That's really cool.
Yeah, man.
Her skill set initially reminded me of The Bourne Identity.
Oh yeah.
Like just the first movie when he didn't know who the hell he was, but he had all these fucking uber skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like that scene where she was in her bedroom and she was doing the martial arts shit. I was like, but
bruh,
I was
Did you see the
coach
different styles?
Yeah.
Let y'all know I seen it twice already. So I saw it earlier today and I saw it tonight with you. That's why, because I know I walked out when I got the hot dog. Yeah. Bruh.
So you got a double experience.
Yeah.
Man. And he surprised me because I didn't know I was going to be seeing the leader today. So that's tight.
Hey,
it's like Thursday for me.
Yeah, you know, but that part, it caught me. And like one part of my mind is going, damn, that's just tight. And the other part of my mind is going, how the fuck she doing this? She don't remember nothing. She ain't got no real body. That ain't her original body. She ain't got no muscle memory. How the fuck is she doing
that? But it's kind of like two answers to that. Great question though, because it's like, man, the body was for Dr. Ito's daughter, but she still had a functioning mind with all that memory, all that past and stuff. But it was scrambled, so it was still her, but there was no identity.
And it's not like.
But the body was like this is.
Yeah, because to tell you the truth, it's not like, for instance, putting her head on a normal human body, where you have to build muscle and all that stuff like that. She was already strong. Yeah. So when she was doing it, you know, she wasn't gonna break an arm or break it because she already was, you know, technically, you know, on that. But
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It was just, I saw it because I understand. I understand the speed and everything, the speed and the strength, and that whole thing. I was like, out of that whole scene, it was just that one thing that hit me like, how the fuck is she doing this? Because she don't remember her past, and I would understand. And that tells you the power of a brain too. Right. Because she don't remember shit. She ain't in her original body for the muscle memory or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? But her body still, it was firing that quick from her brain to her body, but she was still able to move and do all that shit. Yeah. It's fucking tight, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say it real quick. I thought, honestly, like all this, everything is just great observation. I thought the story was really concrete, you know what I mean? Because even though I know they most likely took it from the manga, but if it is truly like word for word or very similar, they did a good job of mimicking what the manga brought to the pages, from the pages to the film. Because you got a lot of character developing throughout this movie. You had a quick burst of quick developing, real quick, snappy stuff, but at the same time, it was paced properly. Because I guess when you look at the way the character is, Alita, she's sporadic. She remembers something, and then she ends up being, the personality pops up, and then it comes here. It's not like, you know, she's not human, you know. So I get it, and it being sporadic really helped the story out because it kept it from being dull. The story really stayed on beat for me personally throughout the film. Like it was no dull moments, and trust me, I took NyQuil, and before I saw this movie.
Oh yeah, that's
and I should be asleep.
Really?
But it honestly kept me up the whole time, both times, because I had the NyQuil and I had the Afterburn this morning, and then I took some Mo. I know Dayquil, freak that NyQuil, and then I took some Mo, and I came to watch the movie. So I should be dead, but it really kept me going throughout the movie.
It did, man.
The story was really good.
Like you said, I agree with the pacing and stuff. Just even when action or something wasn't happening, it was just fascinating to see these characters interact with different ideologies and different skill sets, you know, trying to accomplish different things, because everybody had a purpose, but it was just like, what side are you on? Who are you fighting for? Most people knew, some didn't. Some just wanted, like you said, a prophecy to follow.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like they were looking for something to guide them because they had no idea what they wanted. They knew they wanted to be free. They know they wanted to get to this ship that's never moved and that's been captured. Everyone's been trying to get there.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah. So it's you got this prophecy going on. You got these scavengers and you got these hunter warriors and you got the peasants that are just there like trying to find their way. And then you got a leader that's like, oh, I have to find out what's going on. Let me get to it. Okay, the doctor's trying to help me. He's like a father figure. I guess I can call him dad. So she's just piecing things together. And she does something that most individual human beings don't normally do. Like you said, it was a good point. When she has a memory, she reacts as in finding answers, and then she does something on a physical or on an emotional level. When something happens and you remember it, you kind of panic or you feel happy or you feel sad. Her reactions was always physical, and I was like, that's a key vital thing. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But the most predictable thing would be to like, oh, I'm sad or I'm happy. You remember something in the past, it's either gonna make you feel happy or sad or disturbed. She had a physical reaction for everything that was coming back.
Yeah,
as if she was like, I gotta go fight that memory, or try to relive it, or go back and try to piece the puzzle together. So I was like, damn, that's deep. And they never really said it because they allowed the audience to think for themselves. They didn't spoon feed us. They showed us and they gave us her reaction and we put it together. And I thought that was dope. So sometimes it was just visual narrative. Like nothing really has to be said. It's more show and tell. I thought that was dope.
Very
and
creative
that's kind of how the manga was.
Yeah, very creative in the story on that part.
I liked her progression as a character. From the beginning when we saw her, like she's waking up, she has no idea what the fuck's going on, no idea who she is, no idea who the fuck these people are in this clinic that she wakes up in. And you know, she goes from I'm not your daughter to dad.
Right.
You know, and low key, I was looking for certain things to happen in this film.
He wasn't in this movie.
No. But I was looking for certain things to happen in this film, and they didn't, and that pleasantly surprised me. Cause you know, I'm thinking
you were huffing in the beginning.
His eyes are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I kind of figured. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought when she had the little love scene, she felt hard for old boy Jason
don't
Power
get me
Rangers.
started. Don't get me started.
I liked all that.
No.
I'm a sucker.
We'll get on that, but just go on the story. Go ahead. We're gonna talk about the story.
Fuck. And you know, so her progression as a character was really well done, in my opinion. You know, I really enjoyed it. And the predictable movie things that I thought were going to happen, I'm glad that some of those didn't happen. So, you know, some of them did, and I'm okay with that because not all of them did. And if all of them would have happened, I would have been like another by the books film. Mm-hmm. But because all of them didn't happen, it's a nice pleasant surprise for me. You know.
Gotcha.
So the story was good. I think all three of us agree on that. The writing, the script, the dialogue, man. I thought, like what Ronan has said about the story, it really goes, you know, they really pieced it together, and it had a great collaboration with the story and the script, because there were certain scenes where there was no need for voice. And for you to write that, and then that's where it's gonna go to that directing. But for you to write that, and then I still understand the dialogue that they gave us wasn't too high or too low. it was right in the middle where anybody can get it.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about the future. Usually when they talk about the future, they talking about all kind of cybernetic shit and intergalactic stuff
Philosophical.
and philosophical.
Stuff from, like,
And,
a
and
dictionary.
you're like,
It was
what the?
basic.
Like, all right, it was basic,
Yeah, but it was complex to them.
but it's complex, and
Yeah.
I love it because it was really interesting to see this future and how they wrote the future. Now I do have some flaws as far as dialogue in description, because there's certain things that I'm kind of like, all right, you guys are highly advanced. What the fuck? Like, I'm gonna talk about that when I go to my pros and cons.
Yeah.
But you know, it was stuff it's stuff that they wrote and how I saw it and I questioned it. And sometimes when you write, to me, if you write a script and people start to question the work, the script is not complete. Because it's like I gotta ask questions now. Why is this and why is that?
For something.
And a lot of stuff to me wasn't quite answered throughout the story. You know what I mean? And I think Christoph Waltz plays that character that knows all the freaking answers and he's not telling me.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. So the script for the most part is really cool, the way they wrote it, how they put it together, but it does have some flaws.
Yeah. For me, I'll say, like, are we getting on characters here?
No, I was just a script. Story and script right now.
Okay, script writing for sure. Well, as far as like the story and then the script, though, I think the script kind of does the job that it needs. It didn't have to go so over the top and so complex, you know what I mean? Even though it is in some areas, I think it was just more of, who are these characters? Let's give them time to speak, and they'll tell the story themselves instead of it being like Savage said, traditional stuff like narration. Sometimes you get like a voiceover and things like that.
Morgan Freeman come out of nowhere.
Yeah, you just kind of
where you come from?
You're just in this world and you just basically following people for certain things. And
You know
they'll go
he's
to the
80
next
years
thing.
old?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Morgan Freeman's 80 years old, bro.
Like them crack.
Still look like he's 60.
Got his earrings and everything. All right,
It's
bro, my
crazy.
bad, bro.
No, you good, bro. It's basically he's just going from different characters, following them, and then listening to them speak and having their own individual lingos and stuff, trying to find their place. And I understand that it's not like the greatest dialogue, but for the characters that are speaking it, this is who they are, and the dialogue is true to what they're speaking, and the dialogue suits them. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like an identity situation. So the things that was being written and said represents who they are. So in that sense, I thought it was good. When you talk about just regular narrative screenwriting, it is dull in areas, and I thought certain characters were kind of sidelined because really this is Alita's film, and I'm glad that they kind of did that, because sometimes, again, going back to what Savage said, you know, being predictable, so you have characters that are getting the screen time but don't necessarily deserve it. We understand why they're there because they're there for the exposition, but we're here to see Alita. Alita's the most interesting character in the movie. She's the most fascinating, the most intriguing. You know, I'm into her. Okay, the other people are here for supporting roles to move the story forward. But at the end of the day, it's about her. And I didn't expect them to do that. But I don't know if you guys noticed, for me personally, I thought other characters got sidelined. So it's a good and it's a flaw for me.
That's that question shit.
Yeah.
Like,
so I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where my flaw comes in. But I'm glad that they did that. Because it had been like, well, why are we still focused on him? Go back to Alita. I never said that once.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
As for me, I look at this. Script is hard for me to break down, y'all.
Do your best, man. If
I'll be honest.
you like it or not, you can just say I like the script. It was cool, and we can move on.
I like the fact that it gave characters room to breathe.
Got you.
You got to understand the characters.
Cool.
So you know, I'll get better, y'all.
No, that's a great observation, because the script really does that. You know, if you're able to see that throughout the dialogue, that's dope.
Yeah, it gave me a chance to understand these characters and who they were. Some characters I felt like they gave them a little too much, but that's neither here or there. So yeah, overall I enjoyed the script for what it was.
All right, that's what's up. Cool. Let's talk about which one y'all talk about, the directing or the acting?
Say directing.
Directing.
Say directing, man.
This film was directed by
Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah. And produced by James Cameron and John Landau.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The direction of this film, I thought, was phenomenal. Mr. Rodriguez was able to really capture some of the dope fight scenes through CG.
Wow.
And
it made it reality.
It makes it reality.
Wow.
And I'm just gonna choose one thing I like about him. Then everybody can go on. But my main thing that I really liked was how he was able to capture Alita. The what was it? What was that? Roll bounce? What was that shit called?
Motorball.
Roll bounce. Motorball. Man. And just to see,
so crazy.
It had. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It had so many elements to me, like Phantom Menace. They were able to take a Pinocchio story, right, and juice it up. We literally had a Geppetto. Like if they was to, on some real shit, if they was to bring, Pinocchio, like Christoph Waltz is gonna be Geppetto. I'm just telling you right now.
Wow.
Because the motherfucker already looked like.
I see it now. Fuck.
Papa. See it. Pinocchio, did you eat these cookies? No, Papa. It's okay to lie. Oh, niggas gonna get. That guy ain't shit. No, but you know, able to take a Pinocchio. To me, it's a Pinocchio story on crack, and was able to show me certain things. A lost child with all these great abilities, Phantom Menace, and finding out who she is, and going against these trials and these epic contenders to kill her.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that was tight.
You're able to show me this through that story and script, the direction, and show me them fight scenes, man.
Yeah.
I thought was very phenomenal, and it goes into the CG part of directing, how it blended in pretty fucking well. Like, yeah, I can see certain things ain't normal because her eyes are big, you know what I'm saying? You see that kind of shit, you know that's the computer generated type of things. But if her eyes were normal, I swear it would have blended in like on point.
I'm pretty sure they
the action parts of this film was phenomenal. I loved every bit of it, and this is one thing, Robert Rodriguez, I appreciate this, because a lot of mangas come out, and these characters be them motherfuckers in the mangas, and you were able to show Alita be that bad motherfucker, and that shit was amazing, because she had multiple fight scenes, she had multiple adventure scenes. She had multiple scenes to show her traits. I love it.
It was normal.
Yes. You know me, I'm an action junkie, bro. So that's what I was looking for. You gave me them fight scenes that I wanted to see, and you didn't fail on them.
I need to give you that serum Logan took in at the end of Logan.
That bar scene, bro.
Yeah.
That bar scene.
Just
she
brutal.
Took on all the hunters. Like, nigga, I will fuck all of y'all up. I was like,
she let him know too.
Yeah, she was like, who does? She was like, okay.
She got cocky out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah, like
to let them know.
She was like, look, okay, I'll make you a deal. Come at me.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Once I whoop y'all ass, y'all work for me now.
That's fair. Yeah.
I was like,
all right, she got it. Like, what do we do?
Exactly.
That shit was real,
that shit. I didn't expect that.
Exactly.
And you know, I read the book stuff, but I was like, are they gonna show that? And they did. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you know, I like that mutual respect. And you always say this in your reviews when we were talking about these kind of movies, that honor among thieves, that brotherhood, and that sisterhood.
Yeah.
Great example of that.
Yep.
It was cool, and then I guess I'll jump onto it too, man, with Robert Rodriguez. It's a good segue. I like his style as far as just being able to go into a fantasy type of world and bring this surreal reality to it.
Yeah.
And Rodriguez is one of those guys, I think he's a filmmaker for movie guys like us, man, because he loves that genre. Like, you look at his style and like his filmography, he has this thing like where I like to do adaptations of stuff that nobody's really paying attention to. And his detail to characters and representation is always on point because he really represents his Latino community. This movie is not whitewashed, even though it's anime.
It's not white.
All ethnicities are in this film, and I was like, oh shit, like we're in here too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so everybody's represented, and it's tasteful. And I'm just looking at stuff. Even the characters in the background getting screen time and they shining. The dude with the dogs, like he was tight.
Yeah.
Not much, but when you see him and you see a visual on what he's about, you can kind of put together who he is as a person.
Yeah.
So I love that subtle detail, and it's like for a split second, everybody had their little moment. And again, the bar scene, great scene, man. Just seeing actors in here that I didn't know that was in here, but had a little like small moment, but that they shine.
Yeah.
Oh man, so much respects to that too. And then going back to the visuals and the CGI team, Way to Digital, they're amazing. Like they're like the next level, and they push it every time. I think this is on Avatar level, and I think it surpasses Avatar, in my opinion.
I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably second that.
It hits it.
I second that.
Because sometimes CG can overshadow the movie, but I think it works in this movie's favor because you're seeing this world and it's fascinating, and you just so mesmerized by the hyper realness, and you're like, damn, what is this place? Like, what the heck am I seeing? Just naturally. And then you go from another scene, you go to another city or another town or a skyscraper, and it's just like, it just takes you in. I think what really hit me when I realized I was not watching the movie and it was something more was when, it's a spoiler review, but when they found the ship, and she goes underwater and she goes and finds the exoskeleton, I was like, oh my God, it's her, but it's real. Like, I know it's CG, but damn,
she's
like,
in the water, like,
yeah, and it's just crazy. So we saw a photorealistic scene with a CG character in our world, and I believed it.
And that's one of the things that I would say trumps over Avatar.
Yeah.
Because Avatar, you know, half that shit, when she went into the other place, they were all CG. Yeah. So that
you could tell.
Well, at that time, it was really advanced.
Yeah.
It was way ahead of its time. But when you can blend CG in with us, people, and that shit looks spot on, those androids, them cyborgs and shit, those mechanical things, old boy from Game of Thrones, the nigga with the face, nigga, that nigga look real, bro.
I've never seen nothing like that.
Like, them niggas' hands was worked, they didn't look fake. And it looked like they were really walking. They were, when she hit her hand in the wall, and the thing, when the ground opened, bro, the nigga was standing right there. Like, that shit looked that goddamn real.
And then the other things, as far as Rodriguez's tribute to other, you know, mediums of pop culture and movies, he does a lot of nods to like classic other sci-fi action movies, even some video games. Alita's flashback to stuff where she's in the Marine suits reminded me a lot of a Mass Effect. I was like, man, this is crazy.
Her staying in the window, Spider-Man.
Yes, that too. There you go, Sam Raimi.
Yes.
The underwater scene where she went to go find the exoskeleton, I was like, this is Terminator in the Abyss. I was like, oh, that's dope, okay. So you could feel Cameron's fingerprints in this project. You know, he had the rights to the series for 20 years, man. And I think it was really worth the wait as far as that payoff. He gave his blessing to Robert Rodriguez and said, you know what, I'm doing this other stuff. I'm going to help you get this made. I'm still going to be involved. Here's what I have. I'm giving it to you. Because Robert Rodriguez was like, you, me, and Savage. I'm waiting to see this movie. And when Cameron's like, here, direct it, you're like, huh, what? Okay.
Fuck, you say that little word.
So
this shit done.
We got that, you know what I'm saying? So we got that fan experience, and he was able to create that fan experience being a fan. And Rodriguez, I got mad respect for you, man, because you really took something that probably no one would have ever touched, and you made it a Hollywood movie of an anime adaptation. So people are gonna come out because Rodriguez is that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I have the highest respect for that, and you really sold it. And I was invested from beginning to end. You took visual to a narrative level. It wasn't just eye candy for the sake of eye candy. It was, but you went further with it to where it meant something.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't even eye candy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was just here we go.
Needed, yeah.
Cause when I think of eye candy, honestly, I think like, you know, flashy explosion. When you fucking explosions, and I think one nigga exploded when that nigga put the fingertips out and grabbed him, and that nigga blew it. It was only one explosion.
That's what happened.
It was really a nice, epic Pinocchio kung fu movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up, man.
That detail, man, just
kind of like wait to hear y'all great. Ooh.
Yeah, just the stuff we grew up watching, man. Just the sci-fi stuff, the underwater, the robotics, the science fiction. It threw all that stuff together. Fantasy, children's novels, like with an adult grittiness to it. You feel what I'm saying? So with these Japanese creators, man, I think they think on a more advanced technological level, like, what does it mean to be someone or to take on a persona? You know, they always question that humanity. Ghost in the Shell had the same thing. What does it mean to be human? How far do you have to go to understand that you are an AI and that you're a program, but you're destined to be something else? So they always have these deeper philosophical meanings within these characters. Yes, they're machines on the outside, but this up here is human. This right here is human. But that body is just following along, and it's along for the ride. So I like that puppeteer type of storytelling, man.
Pinocchio. Let's get into the acting. We got Rosa Salazar. She plays Alita. Christoph Waltz plays Dr. Dyson Ido. Keanu Johnson is Hugo. That's that dude from Bumblebee, bro.
Yeah.
He was weak.
He was whatever. Yeah. And that's eye candy. Just whatever.
I haven't seen Bumblebee.
Man,
I finally saw it. I watched it on that. Yeah.
Was it good?
For the first 5 minutes, it's a great teaser trailer. I stopped after the auto, the Cybertron thing.
Cybertron shit was hot.
Yeah, and then the movie was over for me. I was like, this is good. Yeah.
And then, what's his name? Marshall Ali.
Vector.
Jennifer Connelly was Sharon. And
Skiren Zappin.
Yeah. And that's old boy from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Well, it's a lot more actors in this film, but for the most part, those were really the main stars. You want to take a crack at them?
I liked Alita, the actress, Rosa, who played Alita. I liked her. Just about everything that she did, I was able to get into. I was able to believe her performance. I really like Christoph Waltz. That was excellent casting right there.
Geppetto.
Yeah. It seemed like only thing it was about him that it just seemed like he knew things just to be exposition. Sometimes like how did you know exactly what type of robot body that this was, and if it's over 300 years old, you've never seen it. How did you know exactly? She didn't bring you no schematics. But it was just shit like that. Yeah. It was just shit like that. Yeah. But otherwise, I enjoyed him. I enjoyed Vector. Matter of fact, let me just say, the only motherfucker in this entire cast that I saw that I didn't like was that weak ass love interest Hugo. That nigga was trash. Point blank.
No, wait, Hugo was no, that's not old boy from Hugo's the Jason. Yeah. It's that other old boy. What was his name? George. That nigga. Yeah, he's the whack one from Bumblebee.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Whatever. I didn't like Hugo at all.
Really? Jason was tight.
I understood his motivations. Wait, no. I understood his motivations.
Yeah.
And when he was initially introduced, I was like, okay, this could be good. He could be a problem though. And because I understood what it was, and they did exactly what I thought they were going to do with him. They and not just him, his entire interaction with Alita, I felt like the romance was rushed. It was too quick.
Of course, it was like 3 days.
It happened in 48 hours though.
Yeah.
Especially with AI. You know what I'm talking about.
But
he looked into his eyes.
Him as a.
Did you watch Rick and Morty when Morty got that?
I've never watched Rick and Morty.
That sex thing, man. That nigga bagged her shit out till she got pregnant. Then she got dropped that baby daddy. Morty was fucking the shit out that dog.
That's so tight.
But he was more like the tool that they used to introduce her to all of her rebellious stuff to go against the Doctor. That's what it seemed like. The Doctor didn't want her didn't like motorball, didn't want her even looking at it. He introduced her to the sport. Like it was shit like that. And I understood what his character was supposed to be. I like his little gang and his little crew when they was robbing motherfuckers and yanking the shit out. Like that was tight to me. Like seeing the motherfuckers jack people for parts and shit. It was fucking tight. I'll be honest.
Crime. He likes crime.
In the future. It's okay.
Robbing niggas and shooting people. That's tight, nigga. It reminds me of that old days.
Nah, it wasn't. It's not even that. It's because it just the world and these motherfuckers is robbing motherfuckers
to better ourselves.
So yeah,
we gotta survive.
They was getting cheese for that shit too.
Yeah,
20,000 credits.
Yeah, fuck.
This is still useful. We can do something with this. How often do you hear that?
What the fuck were they at in Ready Player One?
Bruh.
Oh, so it was just like the stuff that they had his character do when it came to Alita just seemed like too quick. Like you feel me? Like you quit this life that you've been working on for years after a 3-day relationship.
See them big beautiful eyes of hers, nigga,
with no titties. And I told Ronan this.
Came in towards the third act.
I told Ronan this.
When she got that upgrade, I was that was it.
I told Ronan this when he took her up onto that spot, and he took her up there to see that view, and right, and I was like, okay, here comes
dangerous,
the
bro.
Yeah, and you know, and then I said, this nigga's tripping. He can't put his dick in her. I was like,
I don't know about that. I just think they didn't go to that level.
We don't know about that, but we know there's a synthetic level.
Because we saw her. Because remember, we saw her entire makeup, right? Anytime she was in the room,
or her first body.
In both bodies.
No, because her second body, remember she said, and she's changing her body to what she thinks her should be. If she thinks it's kind of like what was that shit with Scarlett Johansson? Ghost in Shell. If she thinks it or some shit, her body can transition to be an android. 18.
Fuck you.
I can't even do it.
I knew it was coming.
I hate you.
Damn, that was just like.
I hate you.
You did it. She's speaking Android, bro.
No. Here's the thing. And I get it, synthetic parts or whatnot, because the doctor was like her body.
Didn't Krillin get her pregnant?
He didn't discover it yet.
When he put her in the new body and they saw the body change, they was like, okay, this body is changing to subconsciously to what she remembers her body was like or whatnot. You know, and I understand that.
And it's gonna keep changing. This is just
the
early phase of it. No, it's
I didn't watch. I didn't do the manga.
There's anime too.
I didn't.
Is anime on it?
And I didn't watch it.
Alright, review coming soon. I'm gonna watch the anime.
But you know, that was my only thing.
But they're saving that. They didn't jump the gun with that, but you know now.
It was just the
I get you,
the things that he was willing to do for her, and
plus he'll do that, especially AI.
I know.
Deadly warrior.
Pussy does weird shit to motherfuckers. But it was just like
can't blame him.
And it was just
chrome pussy.
It was, but it was just. It felt like it was too quick for him to change up that quick of who he was.
He ain't nothing but Anakin, bro. When he died, he looked just like Anakin. He did exactly what Anakin did for love.
He wasn't supposed to, but
this is Phantom Menace. This is Star Wars shit, bro.
Anakin
done better.
Anakin's relationship took years though to flush out.
Yeah.
Not to turn evil. He was good. Damn,
nigga. That is a little different though, because this is a good guy here, rebel, but you know.
Yeah, he turned good over love.
Yeah,
and Anakin turned
somebody
evil
that
over love.
Yeah. But that was somebody that he had known for years as well.
This is somebody
that he's just. But no, Alita is just somebody that he's known for.
Alita's a baddie, my nigga. That correct nigga. You gotta look at it. A woman that beats up a whole club by herself with no scratches. It's a turn on, bro. I'm sorry, man.
I know.
Being with her, I'm so protected. I love you. Shit. I'm with her. He said it. He said, "What's up, nigga? Normal human. I'm with her."
Yeah.
Shit.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, I understood it.
She has my baby. Some real shit.
Hey.
She was whooping ass, nigga.
She was.
She did the Bruce Lee, nigga, the Imp Man shit, nigga.
Yeah.
So ass whooping coming your way.
Detail,
she told that nigga,
detail.
well, don't piss me off.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what you think about it. You know, somebody could just rip my arms out. Don't piss me off, nigga. Fuck. Sleep with me.
The
detail. See, sometimes another great example.
Yeah, but you know it was just
what you feel. Shit.
Oh man, but for the most part, like I said, I enjoyed the cast. I enjoyed all of the actors for the most part. Man, it was a nice bit of fun. They did their thing.
I'm gonna say Rosa and Christopher are my two favorites in the movie, man. I was just really invested in Rosa, man. I was like literally falling in love with the movie. I ain't gonna lie, man. The 3D right there with Alita, so that was tight. Personal experience.
You into them sex robots?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, y'all.
What's up, nigga? Shit.
Unboxing. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I'm telling you, if you see, now you gotta wash your hands.
Right.
If you see, cause I was sick, but if you see, on Jody's Corner, J3 Entertainment, anytime, and it's a big ass crate.
You know it's mine.
If it's a wooden crate and it got shipped and it says Japan, you know what's coming out that bitch, nigga. I'm sorry.
Battle Angel.
And we have a crowbar, and some what's that? What they call it? What's that? The confetti type shit they have up in there.
Styrofoam.
The styrofoam shit that should flow out. Yeah, you know it.
Alexa, move over.
I'm sorry though. I might have to trade Alita in for Joy off of Blade Runner.
That's a nice one too.
I seen her in person.
Oh, see, I can't say that. But, hey, I was right here with Rosa, man. It's a CG woman. But the actor behind it, so that motion capture is really amazing because it was still her, and then the effects complements her performance and her physicalness. So I love that. She's just this beautiful thing, and her voice was very soothing. I like the way she talked, like her movements. Like it was like the character was becoming more her, and then her coming a little bit of the Battle Angel. So it was a nice 50-50 compliment. They let her perform instead of just letting the CG be, oh, this is just computer generated. Let's put the actress in the motion cap and let's show her emote. So I love that. And the detail with the eyes, that's straight out of the manga stuff. So I love those key details. And just what they were able to do. Yeah, tight, it was tight, man. And you believed it. That's the whole key thing. If you don't believe it, it's not real. Never questioned it once. She cried, felt it. She was happy, I felt it. Even when she smiled, subtle. She did these young woman things. And they let her be a woman. I love that. It was real representation. It wasn't forced. So I feel you on that. Again, this movie does such a good job of showing people be people and be true to who they are and their ethnicity. So everybody gets respect in this movie. Even when they were just like a secondary to third character, everybody shined. So man, it was just great to see that character kind of be, this warrior coming from this blank mind of her imagination, just trying to figure things out. And I love that she comes into her own, like, very quick into the movie, like midway. She almost becomes a different person. Like, her transition changes when she met that scientist and when she got that upgrade and when she met the guy, the one that we call Jason. So she had 3 pivotal moments in her life that made her step up and be the warrior and the hero that she was destined to be.
4 days.
Yeah.
That's computer.
It's tight.
She has that
people look to her.
Because before that
internet, bro. Because before Alita even, went into that route to find her path and to dive deep into it, there was no hope. And then when she joined that motorball game and people saw her in the limelight, they're like, this is a young woman.
99, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they was like, we got one now. We got something. We got something to live for. We got something to watch and strive for. Make us be better people. So she inspired a whole society. And then the scientists kind of inspired her in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because again, she really kind of came from nothing. She was just scraps on a battlefield. You know what I mean? So when you kind of look at that, it's like she got a brand new home. She got a second chance. She had a brand new redemption. She had a new outlook on life. It was a turning point for her. So by the end of the movie, she's like, I know who I am now. Now I just have to take on this mantle, see what else is out there that was scraps, or see what I can do to help them or to better my society, because they're trying to get to this place that no one's ever been. So it's crazy how this one character will unlock a whole bunch of stuff without all this other exposition that really wasn't necessary when Alita was telling us the whole time. Because even when she didn't know, we were kind of feeling what she was feeling. Why? We were questioning. But we got little answers here and there. But I guess Alita, what I'm saying is she was reacting for the viewers. So I've never seen like storytelling in that style before. Because it was always like, well, what's Alita doing? Why is she doing this? We know what she's doing. We know where she's going. We know what her purpose is. But she's going further. She was always like 100 steps ahead when it came to making decisions or talking to somebody or trying to figure something out. It was always a puzzle for her. So when you look at that, you're like, damn, they really did develop her in the span of 2 hours. And most of the time, she's not saying much. But visually, she is.
She's doing a lot visually.
It's dope.
I did like when she put that 99 on her arm.
Yeah.
Like, that's tight.
I love it, man.
For me, Christoph Waltz is a phenomenal actor, and I think he gets the credit, but I don't know if he's getting enough credit out there. You know what I'm saying? But Mahershala Ali as Vector, that motherfucker's tight. I'm gonna tell you straight up. He was able to play 2 characters because he would be himself. He'd be Vector, and then he'll turn into Nova.
Right.
But the transition of that, I just thought was really phenomenal because no voice change. It was just demeanor change. Right? He did the same voice, but his demeanor changed. He became a scientist, an evil villain, but very subtle. And I thought what he did, he brought a lot to that type of character, because when the first time he got introduced to Nova, he was in another cybernetic creature or robot.
Bulky motherfucker.
Yeah, and it was just kind of like, I'm your master. This is what blah, blah, blah. But then when he went into Mahershala Ali, Vector, it got serious for me. The eyes turned blue, the hands, the movements, I thought was really good coming off of him. And Christoph Waltz also did something in the very beginning of the movie that I honestly I felt, and it was simple when he was just in the scrapyard and he looked. It felt so real. It was like I'm watching. It's like I'm an old dude across the street in my rocking chair with binoculars looking, and he looks at me. I really felt a connection with his character off the bat. I felt everything about him, and that's why I'm talking about my pros and I got a lot of pros and cons. But one of the downsides of his character, which goes into the script, is the fact that he knew so much, and when we find out at the end that he's from Zalman.
Yeah.
He's from Zalman, and so is Sharon, their wife, and how they got casted out. I felt that should have not. It killed a lot of his character at the very end for me, because it was like, damn, what can you people do? Because this is what I question things like. This is part of a question, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm talking about pros and cons. But Alita, she's a 300-year-old cybernetic battlefield called a berserker, right? Or not battlefield, but battle warrior called a berserker. 300 years ago, right? During the Great War, and Nova had been there the whole time, right? Same look and everything. Nova's 300-something years old. Zalaman's been sitting up there. Christoph Waltz and his wife Sharon. How fucking old are they?
Right. Yeah.
He knew everything about it. This technology's been lost. This is this and this and that. Was Zalman lying about how he got put down to what is it, Iron Street or something?
Yeah, the Iron Place.
Was he part of that villainy? Was he a scientist up there for that shit? Because his wife, because he got rid of all his symbols, he got rid of everything that made him part of that world, and I just felt empty. But by the end of the movie, on his character, Vector, I understood was just a brother trying to get up and get money and be grimy at doing it. Sharon shows so much compassion for the love of a character. I wanted more of her character. I honestly, I knew it wasn't gonna have enough time, but just to know that the way their daughter died, which I thought was shitty, that was stupid. That was whack. That was whack.
That was the right way to kill it.
A girl in a wheelchair, she just sitting here, and the nigga just comes and hit her with a full arm and then runs out.
Yeah.
He could have just ran around her.
Yeah, right past her. Yeah.
Like, nah, that shit would have been way better, bruh. If he had went in and you know, threw something and she was in a wheelchair and, you know, trying to get out the way, like if it was a bookcase or something, squashed her or something.
Yeah.
You know, something more logical than him just running to her, you bitch, and then run out. That was whack.
But fell on it.
Yeah, something. Give me something to laugh at. Something. But you know, that relationship between those two, they didn't really expand too much on her knowledge of being a scientist, because she cut Hugo's neck clean. Like, she did that shit so clean, bro. He's like, oh my god, this shit's amazing, nigga. She used to ride my cock like this. This is dope. Like, she still got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they took so much from. I think they should have gave that Jennifer a little bit more.
Definitely underused.
And Christopher Waltz, I think he should have got a little bit more, because at the end, then it would have made his, like, I understood, you know why he's there, but he just, at the end of the movie, he didn't feel complete. Yeah. And nor did she after she got killed. Yeah. Her death didn't mean anything. Yeah. Like, she did a good job. I liked seeing her. Thought she was very beautiful. She reminded me of Demi Moore. You know, I'm sitting there looking at her like, damn, she's gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? But her character fell flat when it even came to her demise and her transition. Her transition didn't even matter. No, she's gone. Okay. All right, let me save this dude, because now I forgot my mom. Like, it just fell apart for me when it came to that. Christoph Waltz.
Because I don't really think she even knew, like, her place in the world. Like, I think she felt like she didn't matter after her daughter died. So she's just kind of going by the motions, and I feel you on that.
But they're highly intelligent beings, quote unquote. They're from Zalman.
She gave up.
No, but they're from Zalman. Yeah. She's still doing stuff. Yeah. She was riding Vector's cock.
Yeah, because she didn't have nothing.
Yeah,
so
but,
I get you.
But they should have elaborated on that a little bit more.
No,
give me something, because her character had a big purpose. We got introduced to her as soon as Alita came. Oh, who are you?
Yeah.
She looked at the body. She knew something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That body Alita had was special. It had a different coating. It wasn't like any other
when
type
her
of.
and when Ito had met for the first time in years. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And her and Ito just going to walk all of a sudden. Like, bitch, you walked out my life.
Yeah.
Like, what
After
the
her daughter
fuck?
died.
I got a new girl, man. She black and she got thick booty and legs and shit. She got robot arm, man.
And that's kind of where it lost for me, because after that happened, that first scene where she did, I was like, I don't even want to see her no more.
Yeah.
You know, I get why she's there, and this is another great example of a purpose of like a character who's there to move the thing forward.
Mm-hmm.
She's a case of that. So I get why she's there, but because of what happened in that beginning night, I didn't care for her because of what she did to Christoph's character.
Oh, the wife.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't.
But we didn't really get a reason technically why, because it's all been clouded. Even the death of his daughter was clouded for a minute.
And even that, like, stick around and figure it out
The
together.
script didn't unravel that properly.
She couldn't handle the death, and she failed.
And the black chick, the nurse, she knew everything.
She was there from
She
day
was there
one.
for everything. She wanted that would make sense. You know what I mean? Oh, you got this new bitch upstairs and shit. You know what I'm saying? He did so much for the town.
I think she's gonna have more to say just because you said that. I think she's gonna be a vital thing because she was there from then.
She's the Watson of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, she saw everything.
And
they were good to her, and she was probably good friends with the family, helped them out.
Underused character. She said 3
Probably
words.
daughter
Like, she said no, and good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, man.
Yeah, she
Daughter's caretaker.
She's another. Yeah. She was there the whole time. Everybody knew them. The whole city knew that he was a night hunter or something.
Yeah.
Everybody knew about him
Hunter warrior.
Hunter warrior. I want me a hunter warrior.
We all knew. The whole city knew this, but we still, the audience, as far as script and story, was in the clouds. Yeah. And I felt the script fell apart. And Christoph Waltz did the best he could do, and he did a phenomenal job just by physically acting emotionally and showing me. But the script failed when it came to that part with him because if he had died, I wouldn't even care. Yeah. You know what I mean? You were so infatuated with Alita, and I get it. A father's love remind him about something. Kind of like how Hopper was with 11. Yeah. You know how Hopper was with 11, like it reminded him of some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you understood why Hopper. Yeah. And we had a stretched out show, but.
8 hours.
For a movie, they should have really elaborated on it a little bit more. Like, they didn't really show him so attached to his daughter. Just in a wheelchair, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was able to give and take a little bit of what that was because I like the fact that science was keeping him alive mentally and just giving him hope.
It was murder.
It was one of those things where he had to say, you know, everyone can understand, like, you're buried into your work to keep you going because once you lose so much in life and you have something that you're good at, and that person that you were once taking care of is now gone. You feel like you don't have anything else anymore. Like, what do I live for? Like, my life is meaningless now. Yeah. I'm helping this person, but now the person I'm helping, she's growing up. She's going to be independent. But now that girl that was going to be independent to grow up, she's gone. So he finds another new one and decides to bury his work and to revisit that love that was gone and buried.
But at the same time, he even tried. I understand the father mentality. Try to hold Alita back because he didn't want to lose her. I get all that. It's a Pinocchio shit. I get it. No, Papa. No, I get it.
I get that. It should have been more.
I think
what I'm saying is I think they gave me enough to where I understand, and hopefully they will do some more with him in the next movie because I think they didn't want to overkill. Because you can explain so much and be like, all right, bro, we get it. You know what I'm saying? So I think they pulled back the dial.
But that's the thing. Alita, go ahead.
Well, here's my thing in regards to Alita and the doctor. I feel like they rushed that a little too. As far as how much sentiment that he had for her, and I understand the connection he gave her, the body that he had made for his daughter and whatnot. But I feel like even if they didn't add extra scenes, if they went from him making her putting her in the initial body, and then 6 months later, all you need is you go to a next scene and it says 6 months later, and you have time to this is their relationship now. Then it would feel more organic to me. It just felt rushed, and you know it's a movie, so I understand, but it just felt like and this is a problem with the characters. The relationships felt rushed, and they didn't have any time to flesh them out. When all they had to do was 6 months later.
Yeah, Alita was the only character that I accept.
Let me ask you both two questions though. That's a great example, and I hear you both. out of the first, second, and third act, as far as like relationships go, who do you think had the best relationships in the movie as a whole? Just off of what we got off jump. Just out of the characters we had. Like,
the best relationship?
Out of the best relationships out of the movie.
Alita and her sword.
Okay.
I'll be honest, Vector and Sherm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vector and Sherm, because
Is that for you?
That was the only relationship that I bought.
All right, that's noble.
Because we understood that she had been there for a while, he was bashing her,
Yeah.
and he was a scientist, and they were doing crime together.
Okay.
I get it.
Now, see, that I get. Now, I felt like there wasn't enough on that end, but because you explained it, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm going to say the scientist and Alita, because they spent the most time on it. That's where I was getting at.
But
That relationship was great, too. Because, see, I didn't look at it like that, but because you brought that to light, I understand now, so thank you.
but we understood they were, they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
But,
No,
but,
just for them,
But I agree with Savage with this
That's a
one.
good point.
What's his name? Was it Kenny?
Kenny Johnson.
Kenny Johnson.
Yeah.
I thought Kenny Johnson did a phenomenal CW performance.
That's some good credit.
I'm not knocking.
CW got some good stuff.
But it wasn't movie quality credit. It was CW credit.
He was watchable.
But it blended well with Alita because Alita was new. So she was.
That's actually credit, bro. Because he could have been like, that's some good Stephen Amell stuff. Like, he was better. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was good.
I could see him on the stories or something.
Yeah.
But it worked because Alita didn't say a lot.
He did his job.
And I'm kind of glad he's dead now, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back some way somehow. I just feel it in my bones. Because the way he died, he went into smoke. He gonna come back probably a bad guy. You let me die. I'm gonna kill you now. I see that coming. In his future.
It's more.
I see that coming in the future.
It's
bro.
more.
I thought you were gonna say it. Yep.
You know what I mean?
A lot of numbers.
But you know what I mean?
That's what it is. So.
I thought, they had a pretty. Out of all the actors besides him and George, his friend or whoever Bumblebee, those two were the worst of everybody. To be honest with you.
The boy with the hair?
They got a nice little check.
They were the boy with the hair was whack in a way. He had that stupid Foggy off of Daredevil shit.
Foggy Nelson, yeah.
And I'm complaining. Your girlfriend, nigga, is you gay? You had that fine Asian girl next to you, bro, and you weren't even trying to smack, my nigga. What's up? This is the problem with the script, man. Yeah. That I ain't buying this shit, bro. Y'all niggas out here in this third world country, shit is savage. This shit is real. And y'all got females around, my nigga.
Latch on to them.
And y'all ain't latching on, and you complaining because this dude got a robot, and this dude, you got this human chick right here,
I got
man.
one for you. She's right over there. We about to go to the motorball thing. They come to watch the game.
I'm like, what's going on with this shit?
It was like the hangout spot. That was like Comic-Con for them. Like seeing like the X Games in the future. That was dope.
Yeah, that was
she was like a star over there.
And I'm just looking at it like, this is not believable, man. And their little fight scene between Hugo and Tangy.
Oh, the Brotherhood.
That shit that was corny. Yeah. That was probably the weakest point of this whole film. Their acting, that shit was Dawson's Creek. Like, I just couldn't. I was like, what the fuck? No, you don't talk to her like that. No, bro, you don't go like this. And then it went to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I'm like, this is whack. And then Ed Zeppelin comes out, or what's his name? It was Japan.
Yeah.
Japan came out, and they're like, no, bro, we don't want any problems, man. And then he goes and he does all this stuff, and he's like, get off of him, bow, and cuts this nigga in half, bro. And I'm like, that shit was real.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
we don't care about you.
I didn't care about your death. In fact, I applaud it.
Yeah.
Next up, get this nigga out of here, bro. He's weak. Him and his hair.
I think that's why they did that. So they heard her cries.
Nah.
That shit was whack. Yeah. Like the whole idea was to take Hugo and that acting just was really bad, man. All right, that's why those two are the worst actors of the film. Well, Hugo was okay, tier 1 CW, but Tenjay, that fool weak, man. I don't know, man. That's 2 for 2. He was whacking Bumblebee. He was terrible in Bumblebee, and I'm gonna give him a little bit more credit. Bumblebee was just whack. This movie was good, and you were whacking this. I don't know. Shout out to getting that money, but that shit wasn't believable, bruh.
I hope he finds his name.
Sorry, princess. Like, What's wrong with you, bro? Like everybody looking at you like, why would you do that?
I don't see anything in him as far as acting ability. So hopefully he finds his edge. I'm not a fan.
I tell you one thing though, he's better than old boy in Shaft.
I haven't seen
have
him
that.
Either.
He can have
I haven't
that.
seen him either. So I'll say my
Because Jesse Usher just doesn't hit home. He
just in a way, bro.
I just saw the trailers. I just saw the trailers, and he looked whack in the
You
trailers.
didn't watch Independence Day?
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I knew not to see that. I knew not to see that just based off of the trailers. Just like Fan Stick, I knew. I'm good.
Michael Jordan was good in there. He just color out of place. Real
quick. Me personally, I felt like Sharon, the ex-wife, I felt like her character, her acting was kind of bland in certain places. It was like she,
I think so too.
You know, I understand. Like, if she would have came off as more manipulative or something like that, it would have been better for me. Like, cause I understand. Like, if it would have, she's telling her ex-husband, oh, I'm using Vector. He's gonna be my way to get back home. So he's got resources. I'm trying to. So show me that. Be more manipulative. But it just seemed like she was just bland.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, it just felt like she was just bland. Like, I'm sleeping with him, but it's not like I'm sleeping with it. You know,
she didn't have the manipulative women substance
so
that
I'm winning. Because she had everything. She just kind of lost cause. And so she played it up that way.
And then, by the time the end came, and here's this might be her just not getting enough screen time for me to care about her or whatnot. But by the time that she did her face turn, right? Wrestling terms. By the time that she turned into a good guy and she wanted to do something nice, it was like, I don't understand now. Like, why?
Why now? Too late.
Yeah. It came out of nowhere. Just because you watching this dude die, but you know that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden, just because you behind it and you see him crying, you knew this shit was going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
You put out the hit.
Yeah, you allowed it.
You know, and you're the one who told everybody what she looked like, who she was.
And that kind of really goes against who she is, almost in a sense.
Yeah.
So you backstab, but you were loyal. Then you wanted him to get killed, and then you wanted them to find each other so that you can take them and sell them off. And then you want to try to, reunite them and save them.
Oh, and then the part where she showed up at the bar scene, where she's like, you can recreate her as many times as you want, try to replace it. I'm like, bitch, you left him. What the fuck are you complaining about?
Matter now.
Like,
what? Those are flaws, man. That shit was weak. Like, everybody knows everybody in the neighborhood, and Alita's still roaming the streets. She would have been got caught. Yeah. You got this nigga Noah looking down, Edward Norton
watching down everything like God, just watching everything.
You know, some funny thing. Janine told me this. This is funny because I didn't know where Jennifer was from, but she's from The Incredible Hulk, or
the Ed Norton one.
The Ed Norton one, right?
2008.
Shout out to her and Ed Norton coming back for Alita.
Right.
That's crazy, right?
All the people that's in here is crazy.
Because Janine said, she said, that's Janine, she's on Incredible Hulk.
I just watched that movie.
That's my
Who
lady.
did she play?
Huh?
Who did she
Betty.
Play? No, she wasn't.
In Incredible Hulk, she was Betty.
I thought Liv Tyler was Betty. No.
Oh, he's right.
Liv Tyler was Betty, right?
So she was in.
You're right. She wasn't Hulk, but it was Ang Lee movie.
Ang Lee. It was one of them.
Eric Banner.
Yeah, Liv Tyler was Tyler.
But they were both in Hulk movie.
Yeah, they both played Betty.
Yeah. No. You good.
He threw me off. I'm like, wait,
no. When you said Jen Connell, we ain't seen her in a minute. Yeah. She kind of went independent for a while. So that was like her last big
blockbuster. Both was an Incredible Hulk film.
This right here, yeah. So.
Yep.
Because I just watched that movie.
Regardless, she got bashed by Hulk.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I give you she was very bland.
And Norton being that mad scientist, we know his part's going to be very drastic and huge because he kind of oversaw everything. He's kind of been around for those generations where all this transition, this evolutions has been happening. But now that he's coming out to reveal himself, he's coming out to further advance, technology, and he's going to see what he can do to not change the world for the good, but just kind of use it to his puppeteer, his skills and things like that.
He's going to change it
he's
for
a schemer.
The good. He's going to change it for the good of himself.
Basically, yeah. He's up on that ship, so he's pretty much got everything he needs. So now he's just coming to take off, basically.
All right. So y'all got our take on the cast and how we felt about their acting, combining with the directing and the script. Pros and cons. Anybody got any pros, any cons y'all want to speak on?
Once again, the biggest pro for me was the was the action. Because not everybody can do action. Anybody can film a fight scene, but it won't always work.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you're like, what the fuck? Why the fuck am I wasting my time? Right? So I like that, and I love the visuals of this film. And those are the biggest fucking pros for me. Is everything that I saw with my eyes. I want to know more about this fucking world, because it felt like it felt like I was only seeing the surface of that world. Because when he took her down to he was like, this is the underworld. Y'all built shit, worlds on top of worlds on top of worlds. I'm like, it's got to be something else down there besides your rat ass. Mm-hmm. So I want to see what else is around.
Oh yeah, there's more to see.
Pro for me, honestly, I got a lot, but I'm gonna try to sum it up as best as I can. The number one pro for me is the fact that America finally got one. You were able to take a Japanese product, a manga, and put it to life in American film, and it didn't look corny, and it actually looked fucking amazing, and it was tolerable and very interesting to see, and it left me wanting more.
Yeah.
First pro.
Can I do something real quick?
Go ahead.
That's how you adapt. You see that shit, Hollywood? That's how you fucking adapt. From now on, you adapt like that.
Right.
Movie.
Man.
The next one is, I also enjoy the fact that we had a lead female in this film, and she became a hero to me without it being forced upon me.
Yep.
That's a pro. I
Yep.
love the way they did that
I like
shit.
that pro.
I love the way they did that shit.
Respect.
And another pro for me with this film was the fact that even though the movie, is an manga and stuff like that, you touched on it earlier. They were really able to make it that, but put cultures involved in it. And it reminded me a lot about Wonder Woman, how the mascara was. It wasn't just tall white women. You had Hispanics, you had blacks, you had Asians. They were just big women. Same here. We had this world full of cultures, and he explained it. He said after the Great War, everybody just came together. She's like, it was like the Tower of Babylon before it got knocked down. Tower of Babylon, everybody was there, and they all spoke the same. It was getting strong and shit. This is a very biblical story to me. Honestly, I believe in it because Zalman is like a heaven, and these cultures, and that's going to be one of my cons too. These cultures are coming together, and they're all together, and they're able to bond with each other and live and coexist with each other without technically war. They have crime because they have cybernetic people that do wrong and kill people, but for the most part, everybody's very peaceful with each other. I really enjoyed that. I like that.
Pros, I'm gonna say the visuals, the directing, very standout, very detailed. I thought the 3D was pretty solid too. The action is very standard and it's very detailed.
You're right about that 3D.
Yeah.
I don't know how this motherfucker got headed because I got bad eyes too.
Man.
But that shit, I watched that shit twice in 3D and it was clean sailing.
Wearing two pair of glasses.
Maybe I was drunk on nightclub.
I'm gonna do the AMC D-Box when I go see it again for a second time.
You did D-Box?
Yeah.
You sure about that? You did that Hardcore Henry shit, man.
The Dolby Cinema thing though.
Okay, because I ain't fuck with that. Hardcore Henry fucked me up, bro.
Oh no, this one was too bad though.
I don't fuck with the D-Box.
That motherfucker twisted when that nigga was hitting you in the side. The thing, my ribs, bro.
I don't think it's I
don't want to be that.
I think it's called Dolby Cinema, not D-Box, but Dolby Cinema.
That D-Box, that Hardcore Henry, man. That was.
But I mean, it'd be kind of.
That D-Box is designed to fucking.
Man, my stuff was T.
But yeah, the Dolby Cinema, man, with that extra detailed 3D and IMAX screen, I definitely want to get that second experience for that. And then I thought the music was very soothing. It captured heroicness and adventure and fantasy. It did all that, man. And I want to thank Cameron for putting this imprint and bringing this anime to the mass audience, man. Like making it universal, and because it does have a cult following, but you took this movie and you made it bigger and on a grander scale, and I appreciate that because it's an anime, and it's a win for them because you got representation for the Asian community and all other cultures too, man. Everybody got represented and shined. And that's just a testament to who Rodriguez is, man, because he represents his people and everybody else. And you can tell he's a fan of acting due to the different levels of star power that we have in here. Even though they had less screen time, he was still able to make everybody stand out. So I think that's a pro in itself. It just another thing, Rodriguez is just a fan, and he's just a good filmmaker. He loves the genre, and he's able to take stuff that nobody's interested in and make it interesting.
Right.
That's a pro. Yeah.
One more pro for me. You didn't kill the doctor. I thought you were going to kill the doctor after the fight in the alley when she found out he was a hunter and he was like, I'll be back for both of y'all.
Yeah.
I thought the doctor's time was limited. He was about to die within this movie. So,
Yeah.
you know, so I felt like they were going to, and this is another Hollywood trope. They always kill somebody to inspire them to go and do some shit.
Yeah.
So I felt like they were going to use the doctor's death to inspire her to go out and start wrecking shit.
They did. They used the boyfriend.
Yeah, but but they didn't use the doctor.
Yeah.
So so shout out to y'all for not doing the easy thing and using the doctor. And she was they used the boyfriend, but they used him in a different way to do it. So
Yeah. And then as far as cons, I'll just say a couple underutilized characters, other than the science, Dr. Ito and Alita. Everybody else was kind of sidelined. They had enough screen time, but I felt like that they were kind of wasted. And
The dog needed more shine, bro.
Yeah.
The dog was tight. He was cute, little.
And again, another con I have. It's still good for me, but it was so contained that I felt like we didn't get to see enough of other societies, planets, and cities and stuff. Like you said, I would have loved to just seen other stuff, even if we didn't get an explanation of it. And I felt like there wasn't enough flashbacks. I loved the flashback scenes because that was the Alita that we did not know and that we were not introduced to. So I kind of want to see more of that. The Mass Effect type scenes, where she's out on the battle frontier, out in space. I love that stuff. So I live for scenes like that. And just seeing it was like another, okay, so this is who she was at this one point. And I think it'd be kind of cool, we get the sequel. I hope we do. Shout out to it making money. If they explore a little bit more of her flashbacks, or what if the sequel is told through the flashbacks of her memories before she lost all that. No. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, to see how she got to that situation.
You're right.
Because why would Nova dispose of her like that if she's that valuable?
Right. And I think
she's
it also
still
goes
working
to, it also favors into the cons that you both had. Because I think if you do it in that sense, your questions will be answered. But then, we're going to be right back to where we were when we first introduced her. It's like, okay, so this side kind of, we can't, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you kind of just piecing things together. You already got the jigsaw puzzle. Let's go back and kind of tell that story in that sense. Because I don't think a story has ever been told through flashbacks. Flashbacks are always used as exposition in Hollywood movies. But when you're dealing with an anime and manga, the story goes from the end and goes back to the beginning. That's how the books are read. They start from the end and go back. That's how Japanese movies are told. They start from the end and go to the back. So if they did that, I think that'd be an evolution in storytelling. Because Americans are not used to that.
Yeah.
But the Japanese, they're on some other stuff though, man.
Well, fiction was successful because of that.
Yeah, like a book, almost like chapter, going back from prologue. Tarantino's good with that. But look at the stuff that inspired him.
You probably have been an interesting director too on this project.
Yeah.
Cons for me,
So
cons for me was the relationship stuff. Once again, it was too rushed for me. The relationships in regards to Alita were too rushed. It didn't seem real because they were too rushed. So it made it seem like it was one thing. She took her heart out. She's like, "I'll give you my heart. You know it in 3 days. What are you doing?"
For her, I get it. But go ahead.
But once again, this is just
She brushed that shit up. That shit was crazy, right?
Yeah.
I like how she did that.
Yeah.
That was dope.
But it was it's just timing in relationship wise. It was rushed. So that you took longer than I hoped you would to kill the boyfriend. So that's another con. Not enough screen time for Sharon.
Oh, okay.
For Sharon, because you couldn't make me care about her. She was too bland. You didn't give her enough to do, and I couldn't care about her. So by the time that she died, it didn't matter. Dude with the hair, the boyfriend's whack ass friend, he's a con. His entire presence in the film.
Yeah, they gave too much shine for him.
My last con, not enough motorball. I wanted more motorball.
Yeah.
Motorball was nice.
It was like pod racing.
You having little sports main events. So I thought that was cool. They might take that to a next level in the sequel. They might have jets or something, like ships or something. You know what I'm saying?
Glad you stay on that right. I'm gonna tell you my cons of this. This really hurt. Christoph Waltz is Dr. Dyson plays a very highly intelligent scientist that repairs cybernetic bodies and stuff like that. People with artificial arms and shit like that.
He's an automatic mechanic.
Exactly. I don't understand how future is so highly advanced and they can't go up there. So you telling me you can't make no rockets, no planes, no wings, no jets, no propellers? You can't fly now? That was just stupid to me.
Oh, out of everybody.
The whole Alita spaceship sitting out in that field. You're telling me Nova knew that a ship was sitting down there and he refused to get it? To get everything out of it because this was the most threatening battleship. The Berserkers were the most deadliest that could stop you. But if they're so good, why didn't they stop you? How did they get defeated? It left too many questions. You telling me you had an army of these motherfreakers and they all sat there and let that one ring kill them when they could have just jumped over it? That was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, it would have made a lot of sense if that nigga turned a magnet on. Oh, my legs, up. Then I'd be like, oh, that nigga, up. That's some J3 thinking. Yeah. They could have just jumped over it. They could jump higher, they faster, they're smarter.
They had skill sets, yeah.
And you're that was just stupid to me.
I did notice that they took that prone position when they did it, but then when it came to the boyfriend and her,
they jumped.
She jumped right over it.
That was dumb.
They just gave up out of nowhere. Yeah.
And why are you're faster, so you should have just been cruising up that thing.
Yeah.
It's like in those flashbacks, some of the flashbacks, they took away their abilities to make sense of the story, and it just really killed it for me. Cause it was like, that's dumb. Why is he just standing there looking at this? There's a ship with a freaking armor up in that beach. You can't detect that shit. You're 300-something years old.
You can use it. Yeah.
You can use it.
Yeah.
Why is Alita sitting down in the scrapyard and no one's looking for it?
Right.
No one's looking for none of the remains. Like, what happened to the rest of them? Mm-hmm. Like.
I was thinking about that too.
She the only one there?
And I think the reason for that, I don't know if this. I'm paraphrasing it because maybe they just figured that they wouldn't find any use for it, or it's just scraps and trash. When you look at a junkyard and garbage over, the first thing you're looking for is not for like a prototype or a machine. You're looking for something where you can sell. Normally, like maybe money or maybe like some tools or something. You're not expecting to find.
But she was thrown away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Up there.
Yeah. So
that's what
I'm getting at is that.
Nah, she was fresh. That was fresh body parts sitting there.
Just upper body though.
And that battle happened 300 years ago.
Oh yeah, so
would somebody have her in a collecting building or something that got knocked down?
We don't know.
It's too many questions. Like, you have a fresh body sitting there, brain still intact, working. So it leaves a lot of questions. And Nova, who plays the Sidious, you know what I'm saying? He's no Sidious, but he plays that Sidious, that mysterious figure that has all these people bowing to him. You know, he's in the way. You have this ability to go through people's brains, the people that work for you. How? Is it because they have something in their head? Because you didn't go through the scientist's head?
It's a scientific connection today, so yeah. I think there's something in there that allows them to do that, and sometimes they play it off as if it's a mental state. So he has some type of connection because he is.
But then why wasn't you in Sharon, who was from Solomon?
It was like pick and choose.
No, you know what I thought? The entire time I thought that Vector was a cyborg too. So I was thinking that he was a cyborg.
He's full human.
Yeah, but I was thinking he was a cyborg, and that's how his brain was being hacked. And so if they would have, that would have been the only way for it to make sense. Because remember, the first person that he hacked was a cyborg. Mm-hmm. So when he hacked Vector, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker must be a cyborg too. Because that's you can't hack human like that. So now it don't make no sense. And I was looking for him to when he got killed, I was looking for him to start spurting out oil or some shit. Nigga. Like,
and another thing that was very stupid.
He's been around for a long time too.
If Vector works for Nova, why are they hiring people to steal parts? I'm confused. For a game? Like, the whole plot.
It was petty. Like, they didn't need to.
The whole reason for the stealing of parts.
Yeah, and then another. Yeah. And why are you hiring these 4 punks? You just won this motorball championship, and you have all these abilities, and you get taken down with a rope on some motherfuckers on a motorcycle, and they just shocking you, and you can't get back up? Like the whole tactics of destruction was stupid. Like I can see if they had the hacker. Oh, my arms. Something that make him not work.
Yeah.
This nigga was a fully functional big ass robot fighting against humans.
Yeah.
Should have been killing them. Sorry, should have been killing them, but it just left a lot of like that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like it was like they depreciated the robots when it came to humans on robots, and the whole idea of all of them. Maybe I watched it twice, but that makes no sense with Nova, Vector, and Sharon, and they're making these robots to kill and be evil, and she's from Zolomon, and they're just doing this, but the purpose, I knew her purpose because she believed that she'd be able to go back home, but Nova's purpose was to win motorballs.
Nah, we haven't seen his purpose yet.
But that's what
Vector's purpose. Vector just wanted to be the man.
But Nova was telling him to kill. He wanted Alita's body for something.
Yeah.
For that.
No, we don't know what he wanted his body for.
All right.
Because we don't know what Nova wanted. What Nova's goal was. He was just using Vector. And so you're gonna capture Alita and you're gonna send me her heart. We don't know what he was planning to do.
And that's where it ended.
That's where the sequel's gonna tell.
And the whole city knows that Dr. Eden is a hunter, right? A hunter warrior, and Nova knows where he lives. He knows his routine. He knows him. So
see everything.
I asked, why didn't you just take him? Like, why didn't you just end this shit? When Alita got wrecked by old boy with the hands, when she got split in half and he walked out, he can see this shit. He's looking. Oh shit, she's down for the count. Let me send some more niggas out to go get her.
Yeah, finish this shit.
Finish this shit. Instead, he lets her get rebuilt. He knows there's a body in that thing. He could have jacked it while they were doing. It left a lot of open. Like, why is he not doing it? Is his power limited? Is Christoph Waltz his brother?
It could just be over ego cockiness, like make them think they won.
To me, it's a big con, because it's like you're the overseer of everything, and niggas is out thinking you on a small pedestal. They're not even using technology to outthink you. They're just outthinking you.
They're just fighting back.
Yeah, that's my con.
It's a big con.
It is time to grade this battle. Alita Battle Angel. Judges, raise her in. Ronjo Genji, what do you give Alita Battle Angel?
First impressions going in, B+.
Ronjo Genji, B+.
Yeah, B+. It well deserved B+, for sure. Some problems along the way, but smooth movie. A lot of details in certain areas. A different sense of storytelling, a different style of storytelling that I enjoyed. And I hope to see more. And I just want more of the world in this universe, because there's a lot that left me overwhelmed and more interested.
Gotcha.
I'll leave it at that, man. I want to see more. And Rodriguez, come back please to direct it. Don't let nobody else touch it.
Yeah, me, I had to knock it down a grade because of Dr. Know-It-All. He knew too much.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the fact that he turned around and he said he was from up there too. It would have been better if he was from down there and she was from up there and he knocked her ass up. That would have been better in my opinion. And so I'm going to give it a B+ as well. Because everything, most of the stuff was on point, but the romance relationship pacing was horrible. The boyfriend was unnecessary. Not his character, but that actor was unnecessary. You could have got a better actor because he was whack. His friends were whack, and the only reason you introduced them was to introduce Motorball. So yeah, B+.
All right, I truly enjoyed this film. Thought it had great pacing, great directing. Story was phenomenal. I love the story. It has a nice twist of a lot of great movies that I've seen. Pinocchio, Star Wars, Spider-Man. It has a lot of those elements in it. Even a little bit of Stranger Things to a degree with the Hopper. And, it has a lot of stuff like that that I really could relate, that I've visually seen before. And it had a nice fresh take to it. I thought the acting was really good. It was just some of the script that wrote for the actors really depreciated the actors' potential because they didn't get enough shine, or they didn't have enough to explain their existence in this movie. CG was phenomenal. But my cons, it just this script really, the script was cool, but it has a lot of holes, a lot of plot holes in it because I'm asking questions and I want more, and now I have to wait. And we dealing with James Cameron, so I might be 50 and he may be gone. So you know what I'm saying. So I'm not holding my breath for a sequel. To be honest with you. So it's just really leaving me open. Like I'm being honest. It's
that's what I said, Netflix.
I'm just sitting here like I might not get that, and I might have to go ahead and dip into the mangas now.
Instant Q.
Shout out to my boy Cecil for sending me those mangas.
Oh, Cecil's known for that.
Oh yes, yes.
Shout out
if you
to
ever
Cecil.
get locked up in jail, he got reading material for you.
Nothing wrong with
Shout out
that.
to my boy Cecil for those. So I will be getting on those just to really touch up because I really want to know what happened. The movie didn't give me that at all. I'm gonna be.
You're in for a treat with those words.
I'm gonna be the villain of this review, and I'm gonna give this movie a B-. That's my final.
I can see it.
It almost got a C+, but I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I gave it. That's why I gave it the B+ because I enjoyed myself.
I really enjoyed it. It almost got a C+, but I'll give it a B-. That's the review, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed this special treat. You have 3 parts of the Justice League here.
Yep.
And we went through this motherfucker like bad eggs in a stomach. Like we went through that shit.
Yeah.
So if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, thumbs up this video, and don't forget to share because you can share this video on
Instagram, Twitter, Face page, whatever the fuck we calling this shit now. Snapchat if you fucking with me. I don't know. What the fuck?
Yeah, just share this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Send an email out. My boy Ronjo Genji.
Yep.
C Smith.
Yeah.
I'm J3. We out.